Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing Noirlandia by Evan Rowland. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Noirlandia is a desperate hunt for truth in an unforgiving society. In each game, you'll create a unique city with its own distinct flavour of corruption. Your characters will fight for answers and question their principles. After roughly 4 hours, we'll see, you'll have either found the truth or lost your mind trying. Finding the answers doesn't mean you win. Dying doesn't mean you lose. The gears of the city will turn, apathetic to your efforts. It's not about justice, it's about what you're willing to give up to get it.
Alright, I am playing Sabriel. Since the last time you saw me, I've given him a last name. His last name is Cohen. His identity is the Schemer. He operates in the outskirts. His guiding principle is justice must be done. Don't say a goddamn word. His name is Sabriel, of course, and his alias is the Compass. His appearance and distinctive features are, as before, he's got big bushy hair. He's got a green streak in his hair that, was blue, but is no longer blue. And by God, he is so fucking tired.
So, I'm playing a character. This, hottie that brought me to the city tells me my name is Cordelia Waite-Smith. So I guess that's as good as any. She has no idea who she is. Nobody else does except for a few people. One of whom was dead. Who knows what's happened since. The identity I rolled is salesperson/industrialist, which is very interesting. Operating in Skid Row. So I think probably what I'm going to call that is that she is the equivalent of a bootlegger, but for magic stuff, talismans and things. She operates in Skid Row. Her guiding principle, I also rolled for this because is actually tell no lie currently, which is interesting for somebody who is operating on the other side of the law. The name that I've been given, she has been by this figure, is Cordelia Waite-Smith. Her distinctive features is her red hair, which is probably grown out a bit since last we saw her, though it doesn't feel quite right to be long, so it's probably tied back. She's a confident expression even now, and she has been drawn to acquire a leather jacket.
My character, the identity is intelligence, specifically an information broker operating out of downtown. Guiding principle is never reveal my true self. By the name of Nezami Kazel, aka Maestro. Gender fluid, uses any pronouns. Appearance and distinctive features, a them fatale. Long dark hair with a side shave and scalp tattoos of a flowering vine, inky dark eyes, and a well-practiced smile.
All right. Let's get hard-boiled.
Dun, dun, dun.
We come to a bathroom. Before we get there, we go across the streets of Saint Alais. We see trolleys going up and down the hills. We see people going about their business. We see every so often little peaks of little gleaming eyes from the shadows. We come to a run-down apartment in the outskirts of Skid Row where it becomes almost haven. We go through bathroom window where steam is pouring out. It's cracked. A mirror, completely fogged up until a hand reaches and swipes it away. You see a woman in the mirror. She looks capable. She looks confident. She looks like she understands what's going on, her place in the world, and how to use it. She looks like if she had been fingered in a murder case, she'd know exactly what to do. But there's a problem with the woman in the mirror. She's me, and I have no idea who she is. I'm told my name is Cordelia Waite Smith, that I used to be a big shot somewhere else, somewhere else, but I've got no memory and even less time. Last night, my boss, Lane Redwood, turned up dead. Didn't have a scratch on him. It was like his soul was simply gotten up and walked away. In his hand were documents pertaining to construction that would level the part of the city where we make our business. Something big is happening in San Jose, and I can't help but think I'm right in the middle of it. Hell of the time to be an amnesiac rum runner. The mirror fogs up again as Cordelia leaves the bathroom, gets dressed, throws on her trademark leather jacket, and hits the streets. The thing is, in this town, if you want to know things, there's only a few people you go to. Redwoods are one of them. The Redwoods, they're a little suspicious of me right now. So instead, I'm going to go to the next best thing. A new information broker, the Maestro. If they don't know where to start, then we're all well and truly fucked.
We now return to your game already in progress.
That's all. That's what I got so far.
It's good shit.
Hell yeah.
All right. Is it morning? So is it before opening hours? Official opening hours?
Yeah, it's probably morning. Yeah. This all happened last night, Cordelia. You got a little bit of sleep, and so she heads down Holloway Boulevard to what's this place called again?
I hadn't said it's Rallentando.
Yeah. Cornelia's monologue continues. She says, the Maestro. I know her by a different name. Nezumi Kozel. She knows me somehow. We came to the city together. She helped me get set up with the Redwoods, but exactly how far our relationship goes, I've never tried to plumb. Let's hope I'm not wrong by reaching out.
All right.
What is you tell us of this place?
I think the Rallentando is it's pretty inconspicuous from the outside. It's like little proper hole in the wall sort of. So at least to the outside. The sign is I need to see if I can find what this looks like. I think what the sign looks like is just sort of like it's a musical stave is what it is, but there are no notes on it.
Okay.
But it is just that like a little glowing sign. So it's one of those things you have to really know about it. You're not going to find it by accident. And you see that, and it's one of those sort of below street level kind of like you have to go down a small set of stairs off the sidewalk and go in. And as you sort of come in through this place, it's cozy. There is a piano at one end, like clearly a stage for musical performances. And it's not ostentatious. Lots of dark wood, plush fabrics. But obviously at the moment, the bar is closed. Obviously there is a well-stocked bar on one side. And if you know how to ask, there is a back room. I think actually you go up a flight of stairs at the back of the bar floor. And you can get, that's where the Kennel Club operates. Nesmi's probably lives in the floor above that. Yeah.
So is the door locked? Am I able to get into the...
Are you aiming for the bar? Or are you aiming for where Nesmi lives?
I mean, it's one and then the other, it sounds like.
I think there's a rear access that can get you to, like Nesmi's house, so they don't have to come and go via the club if they don't want to.
Sounds rude to do. Not here to ruffle any feathers.
Okay. In which case, I think that the front door would be locked, so there is a bell, like even like an old school like pull bell.
Yeah, so Cordelia tries the door, finds it locked, rings the bell.
And it opens pretty quickly. We see Nesmi, like, hair pulled up, like, hasn't gotten, like, made up for the day yet. So it's just sort of like a shirt and slacks, barefoot, because why not? This is where they live as much as anything. And just significantly shorter than Cordelia. It's important that I make a reference to this every time we play, because it's like, it's at least like, I think we said like Nesmi's like 5'4", 5'5", and Cordelia's like 6 foot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's like around about.
Like, I just can never remember which lady wrestlers you referenced for Cordelia, but every time I look at them, if they pop up on Tumblr, I'm just like,
she's probably closer to like 5'10".
Okay.
5'11".
But she's got that good posture going on.
Yeah. Very straight backed.
Very
very
boots.
Very squared shoulders, solid boots. Like a leather jacket. And she says, would expect you had a doorman.
I have better things to spend money on. And lets you in.
So follows you in.
I'm guessing you heard about Lane.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that you have.
Wouldn't be very good at my job if I hadn't.
You hearing who they think did it?
I don't know. I mean, start thinking about a list of people that might want Lane out of the picture. That's a really long list. And my go-to source is unavailable right now. I gave, I don't know, if you're cool with this sounds, I was going to say, like, Sabriel called Nezumi about it.
Yeah.
About the situation, and is going to come over. It's like maybe coming over, like, and I insisted bring pastries, because if you're going to come, you can bring me food.
Am I on my way now?
You can be, absolutely. Just get us all on screen.
Yeah. I feel like as this conversation is happening and y'all are like chatting up the stairs.
I think Cordelia just reaches under the bar and pulls out a bottle.
Shall I add that to the tab?
Sure. If the rest of the Redwoods get what they want, I won't be around to pay it anyway.
They're looking to pin you for it.
Unless I can come up with any alternatives. The best scapegoat they've got.
I thought they were smarter than that. All right.
In comes Sabriel. The door opens in sort of a cacophonous rattle and the sound of, like, rustling paper bags as an extremely tall, kind of bedraggled-looking he-they man, question mark, comes bustling in with, "So I've got your pastries." "Oh, Cordelia?" Sort of tips his head.
Scarecrow?
"Alright, I guess, sure." Just sort of rolls his eyes and puts it down on the bar, and just folds himself into a chair and rests his forehead on the bar.
And he gets surprised when I call him Scarecrow.
He's lanky. It's true.
He said, "Well, I guess here I thought I was planning a party. You've gone and made one for us. I hope that means you've got a plan."
Plan? No. But
I'm not talking to you, Scarecrow.
good, because fuck knows I don't have one of those. But I have food. Enjoy. He, like, waves at the food that he's brought with him without lifting his head up.
And then he, like, sits, starts breaking apart a pastry. So, we got a little information. At the moment, I haven't gotten anything else. Believe it or not, and I just look up at you, Cordelia. You've done this sort of work before. This was more your sort of thing than mine.
I can't deny there's something familiar about it.
So where do you think we should start?
Well, word on the street is that Lane kicked the bucket with hardly a scratch on him. It means that something is afoot. It's poison or magic or I don't know what else. We need someone who can tell us what else it might be.
I give a little finger wiggle.
Well, the stuff's set up upstairs.
Has Lane been autopsied? Did the Blacktops get their hands on his body?
I'll make a call. This is probably a challenge roll.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, like, 'cause this is
The problem is everyone else is in the scene now, so it's not Cordelia doing the challenging thing.
She is orchestrating the thing, though.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
So you can still make the roll.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, let's...
So for the challenge roll, you get one... Wait, one wide die. Which of the 4 conditions best fits the challenge?
Mm-hmm.
So if this is body, mind, heart, or rep.
Mm-hmm. Ideally, it's mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
But the supporters are the ones who get the final say, I believe.
I think out of those, because she's not the one making the call, she's putting everything in motion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like mind to me. It's how she's thinking out the problem and how best to tackle it at the moment. So I think the easiest way to do this, so this means you'll get to roll 2d6, because that's the one you just get generally, and you get a bonus one because it's using, because you're sharp right now.
And you take the highest of the 2.
Yeah, and Sam, if you roll 1d6, because that'll be like our black dice, and then we'll see which is higher.
Alrighty. I rolled a 2.
Fantastic. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
But you take the higher.
So it's a stalemate.
One supporter will offer you a bargain. If you accept the bargain's condition, you can treat your roll as a success and keep the white die. If you refuse, you treat your roll as a failure and keep the black die. And these will come into play for the investigation roll. So let me have a look and see if I can come up with a bargain. In return, you've got to damage one of your conditions, decreasing it by 1 step. So you'll effectively take some damage to one of your conditions, but get to keep the white dice, or you can opt to not.
Is that a bargain? Is just taking damage?
Yeah, it knocks one of your conditions down a step. It'll be up to me. I'll offer the bargain, and let me have a look at this. What your conditions currently are, because you can recover damage to conditions as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So
what would the condition that would be damaged be?
I think you, Cordelia, see Nezmi making this call, and I think something about there's a situation you looking at a murder already feels way more familiar than it has any right to. And there's just something about this visual and of Nezmi having to do this because you aren't able to in your current state. I think this is going to knock you down from quiet to guilty, because this should be what you're doing. And the fact that you can't do it right now makes you feel shitty. So you can keep the white die and go down to guilty, or you can keep the black die.
Yeah, I'll go down to guilty. Get my heart, take some heart damage.
All right. So you get to narrate what happens now.
Yeah, okay. So, Nezmi, you're making the calls.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back to us that Layton's body has been remanded to City Hospital, or City Morgue, which is the city's infrastructure, at least ostensibly, remains politically neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Ostensibly. Which means that as long as we can get our hands on the autopsy report before the Blacktops do, we stand a chance of getting like an important piece of information.
All right.
Before they have any chance to spin it.
Okay. Cool.
So it's just a matter of we need to get into the hospital and to talk to that doctor before the Blacktops get their hands on him.
All right. I think if you want, we could, because you as the protagonist can call for the investigation roll whenever you want after the challenge roll is done. Because then we can always frame what happens as how this conversation at the hospital goes. It's up to you. You've got the control on this, or we can head there and you can start the talking and then roll.
No, I'm fine with just rolling. I think it's like a thing of like Cordelia's like, all right, I'm going to slip into the hospital and find this guy.
All right. So what will happen now? To begin with, the protagonist has 2 white die. And Sam, if I'll get, because I'm reading this off, you'll have 3 black dice.
Okay.
There are no escalated districts at the moment, so no additional black dice. So Sam, you're going to be rolling 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
We need to decide now what condition best fits the investigation in this scene, whether it's body, heart, mind, or rep. I still think it's probably mind.
Yeah.
Sure. I was going to say mind or body if she's like trying to sneak in.
Yeah. I was going to say the same.
What's the approach? Is she trying to just sneak in and steal it, or is she trying to talk to somebody?
Kind of like, I think it is mostly about getting the information, though. She can talk to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's talking to the doctor is good, but having the actual physical information is, I think, better.
Mm-hmm.
Because it means that we have it like a hard copy rather than just testimony.
In which case, that sounds like body, so you wouldn't get an extra dice for that because you're neutral, because you're just able at the moment.
But I do have 1 white die.
The extra dice from the challenge. Okay. Oh wait, if the protagonist succeeded on their challenge roll, and for each answer your group is okay, we have no lead. Well, we technically have 2 leads, but I don't think those ones count because no, it's answers, not leads. My apologies. I'm just double checking. This is on page 58 and 59 of the PDF. 57, 58. Apologies.
I see what you meant about the dice rolls being kind of crunchy.
It's a little crunchy at this point. Actually, no. I think your challenge dice currently sits as a bargain dice to be used and added if needed. Because the wording of this, if the protagonist succeeded on their challenge roll and for each answer, you give a white die to a supporter. So
it does say that in the investigation rules on page 87, it says protagonist rolls 2 white dice plus 1 die if governing condition is positive.
yeah. So Zach is just going to be rolling 2.
Oh, that's right.
Sam,
Okay.
you're rolling the opposition dice. So you're rolling thing, and I will roll the bargain dice. So.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so Sam rolled 2 6s and 2, but the 2 6s are the ones that get kept.
Okay. This is the first time we're doing the dice, so this will possibly take us a little bit longer, because now it's like matching stuff up.
Yeah.
So, everybody black dice on the left. I should have set some dice up on this to just physically have them. Sorry about that.
I was going to say that would have been cool to have.
I'm
okay,
sorry.
so yeah, for no, it's okay. It's okay.
The opposition always puts forward their 3 highest dice, so that's there. Then the protagonist will put forward any 2 white die, pairing each white die with a black die. And then if you want the bargain die, which you probably don't, or maybe you do, because it's to do with differences when you get to the table, because sometimes hit or misses can really vary. Basically, Zach's going to pick which of the 2 dice he's going to meet.
It's just wagering dice against each other.
Okay.
It would be probably easier for you to visualize if we had. So here's what we could do. 1. Here's the 6 that you rolled.
Okay.
Here's the second 6 that you rolled. Here's the 2 that you rolled. Here's what I rolled. 5 and the 4. There's the 2. Oh, these are all different colors too, because of our.
Because of who rolled them, yeah. That's.
Oh, sweet.
So you put their 3 highest die, which is for you 6, 6, and 2. Then I put forward any 2 white dice, pairing each white die with 1 black die. So I would go this 5 against this 6, this 4 against this 6. That's all I got. And then on page 68 is where the results are.
Yeah, basically, for the sake of our listeners, once we've got these dice paired off, there's always going to be an unpaired black dice. It produces 3 outcomes, 2 from the 2 pairs and 1 from the unpaired dice. For each white dice that's greater than its pair, you get a hit. For every black die that's greater, it's a miss. So we have 2 misses, and the amount that they're different is what's going to determine. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Or is it just the number on the die? Is it the difference or the number on the die?
It's a number. I think it's the number on the missing die, the missed die. That was what is how it's making sense to me.
As I said, if you look at the narrating the outcomes on 67 and 68, because that sort of lays it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we've got 3 different outcomes here. Not 3 possible outcomes. It's just 3 outcomes.
So all of these things happen, it seems like?
Yeah. This is how you can generate leads quickly. I think this is how you can play this game in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because you get 3 outcomes in every scene.
That is smart. That's good.
3 things happen.
Okay.
These outcomes change the corkboard and your character in the following sections. We've got when things fall apart, putting the pieces together.
Okay, so these mean things on this table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a table, thank God. Okay, so...
Yeah, the table's in there twice as well. It's at the sequence. It's at the end of the PDF, and there's this one on page 68. So what is the unpaired black die we have?
Unpaired black die is a 2. So...
Okay. So on that one, it's pin self and damage rep. You pin a new lead to the board, your character, in the district they operate in. Damage your rep condition, decreasing it by 1 step. If your lead is destroyed, your character dies as if you missed on a 1.
Sweet.
Cool.
Sweet.
Oh my God. I just noticed wow, some of these are fucking crazy.
Yeah, so my body is actually going to get damaged twice.
Damn.
Yeah, because that was what you were using for it. Yeah.
Oh, so this is a fiasco type game, huh?
Well, the thing is, if you're rolling well, you can, if you look on the hit table, Sam, you can see that you can heal a condition and anything like that. So
I see. Okay, cool.
that's why the bargain dice is useful. If I had rolled higher on the bargain dice, then Zach could have swapped it out. And because the bargain dice only have narrative consequences, not mechanical ones, which is why the bargain dice are so useful and why it's worth like succeeding on your challenge rolls.
I see. Okay, cool. I understand now.
And also, to be clear, I'm just double checking this. I don't think this means you don't get the thing you wanted. It's just there's consequences. It's not going to necessarily be a new lead, but we have the information.
I don't think that's true, because the outcomes are that I get the only lead that is being added to the board is me.
You're quite right. You're quite right. My apologies.
And then because like you can get new leads from hits.
No, you're right. I mean, so Cordelia is a lead, but it's at the expense of her rep being damaged.
Yeah, her rep is damaged. So that'll be fantastic. So here's what happens.
The supporters narrate the misses. Though if you've got something as well, but I really like what happens is, wow, words just fled my brain.
Because remember, I'm going to end this scene broken physically.
Yeah.
So you get beat the fuck up, huh?
Because I'm damaging my body twice.
Yeah. Well, I think what happens with you becoming a lead in the investigation is that you are seen by Blacktops also coming to the hospital to do the exact thing that you're doing. And that's what's going to fuck up your rep, because it's going to be put out to the police that you were seen at the hospital trying to get the records. What was she trying to hide? This, I think it painted was it with the redwoods as well. Like, if she's got nothing to hide, why is she doing that?
And didn't she say earlier that she was already a suspect?
Yeah.
Cool.
They were suspicious.
I started this game suspected.
Yeah.
I am now targeted, and I also become broken from the events of what would occur.
Yeah. So that's where I was saying is like, do you get caught and like messed up? Like, did you get a roughhousing from the Blacktops?
I was gonna describe the whole thing, but it's not my place to do.
Oh yeah, no, yes, sorry. Describe your whole thing then.
I'm not allowed to.
You can. If we decide you can, you can. Like, it's just mechanically speaking, because it's collaborative, isn't it? Because you don't technically have narrative control right now, but we've decided as a group sort of what the vibe is. So if you have a set thing, please have at it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what happens. Cordelia gets into the hospital. Grabs a little Spock, throws it on, throws a white coat on over her trench coat, gets her way down to the morgue, and begins flipping through files. She is like going through them, like moving through this big filing cabinet, when the door opens quicker than she can react to. And it is the Blacktops, as you mentioned. She's holding Lane Redwood's file in her hands as they open fire on her. She takes one in the arm and one that grazes the side of her torso, tears up this doctor's coat. She bursts, manages to get out, charging out as the gunshot wounds burn on her arm and her side. She still has the file in hand as she is running now. They're running past, behind her, chasing her. She gets out, bursts out into the lobby. There's more Blacktop here with the police. She charges out of the hospital, out onto the sunny streets of Santa Fe, charges straight in the street, and is immediately hit by a car. A sedan that was waiting around the corner revs its engine, slams into her. She goes flying. She is thrown to the ground. It wasn't like a crazy high-speed collision, but it certainly knocks her marbles out of her for a little bit as a pair of redwood men get out of the car, pull the file from her now limp hands, and get back in and drive away. The cops run out, and as she's stumbling to her feet, they draw their guns ready to fire on her, just as one of the Santa Fe trolleys comes by, and she manages to weakly grab onto it and get away.
Sick.
She is in a bad spot physically, and obviously something is going on with these guys, with both major factions that are both kind of looking for her now. We're not, I guess the other guys aren't looking for her so much as they just don't trust her.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows why that happened? Who knows what branch of the family those guys were from who stole Lane's autopsy report from her.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alrighty.
Wow.
The plot thickens.
Poor Cordelia. Good grief.
Yeah, you rolled 2 6s.
Yes, Sam.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I can't help that the dice love me.
It's the worst it could possibly be for her.
It's true, it is.
Before we go into the next thing, just a reminder that to change outcomes, you can obviously make a bargain, as discussed. You also have the option to break your principal to count any tie as a hit. I think you can break your principal twice over the course of the game. You can't do it more than that. It's like a finite resource.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Next scene.
Do you want to go next, or can I go next?
If you've got an idea for a scene, please go right ahead, Sam.
I don't really, I was just...
And I actually just had a thought. This is admittedly, I wouldn't call this crunchy. I would say this is just vaguely written.
Yeah, could be clearer.
Could be clear. When it said hit on, miss on, I was assuming it meant that was the die for the main, for what the character, the investigation roll die. I'm wondering if it might be the other way, because you can't, because when you miss on the other die, that is, you're using the supporter die to count with the misses, not the. So I'm wondering, was that 2 misses on 4 and 5, or was that 2 misses on 6?
Let me double check this.
It's a great question.
I can't
Each
really
paired white die. Each supporter gets to narrate a miss. I think you
Yeah,
use
for each black die that's greater. Well, no.
It's vague.
It's
frankly.
vague.
It's really vague.
I think saying the number that you lost with makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever the number is on the white die, if it's the hit, you use that. Or we can just say going forward that it is the number. If the black die wins, it's the number on the black die. And if the white die wins, it's the number on the white die. Which makes more sense,
sure.
to be fair.
That makes sense to me, yeah. Okay. Cool.
But
So it's
let's
the
say
winning
that for that
die's
first
number.
round, the winning die's number. Yeah. But if we'd done that, we would have had otherwise we would have lost all our leads and escalations. So that would have been a game very over very quickly.
Yes.
So, but
Well,
we
it would have been it's escalate or destroy a lead.
Yeah.
That's true. But going forward, we will establish that it's the number on the die that wins.
Perfect.
That dictates what you pick from the table.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
So, I have 2 potential ideas that I'd like to run by you guys.
Okay.
One is, nope, never mind. Fuck. Sorry, my brain just went, no, that doesn't make sense. Because this, that, and other things, and I was like, shit.
I've
I'm a
got
little
something if you want.
I'm a little off my game
You're
today.
okay.
I'm really sorry.
It's all right. It's been a while since recording happened. I've got one
Yeah.
for Nesme.
Okay, perfect. Let's do yours
So,
then.
All right.
Cordelia is to the wind for at the moment
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
I don't know that she has come back to either of you after that debacle.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So this is how ballsy. I think what this is because we know that what the document was that was found online. That information is still a lead. It just so happens that there is a cement mixer happening. So Nezumi is getting dressed up as leaving the Relatondo under the trusted care of employees, and is going to go chat to various mental labs to figure out what exactly this municipal planning business is. So Nezumi rocks up at this mixer. If somebody wants to NPC a +1, well, no, you guys can just NPC whoever you like. They're wearing a very sort of slick black, no, like a charcoal grey suit and silver jewelry decorating. And the hair is down in this sort of sheet of hair, makeup on point, and like good spiked heels.
Nice.
And is just, as a business owner and supporter of growth in Santalay, it's a good place to be seen. And it's a good place to hear things. And so, yeah, just chatting.
Cool.
Oh, cool. I think that another person who is present at this cement mixer is a...
Sorry, concrete mixer.
Concrete
it's
mixer.
American.
Concrete mixer.
Is gonna be a tall, sort of vaguely bearded, red-haired, very bubbly man who is a competing business owner. It's Galen.
Vaguely bearded.
Vaguely bearded. He's not very good at growing a beard, but he tries his best. Poor sod.
Mm-hmm.
Galen, guarded by the grace and glory of our illustrious Shining Lord, is the owner of a competing... Oh, fuck, what do we call them?
Kennel Club?
Yes, a competing kennel club, which is disguised as a coffee shop.
All right.
So you're moving around. You're trying to get what is it that you're looking for here? You're looking into this
into this document.
construction.
I want to talk to people. This is really rep, is what this is. It's just like talking to folks, trying to get one of what exactly these plans are for. Or like more like who's orchestrating them, what problems people are having getting their construction plans through. Like, I care about flow of business. Like, is this going to be affecting the downtown area? This will severely affect my donation. And just like walking the walk, talking the talk, in theory.
Cool. And Galen is just kind of chill. Also, does Galen care about that at all, or is Galen just here to be seen and heard?
I think that in this setting, I believe that Galen is... I guess we've established that this is maybe no longer, perhaps not the same setting as we had previously said, or as I had previously said. He's concerned. He thinks he might want to expand and become have his kennel club become perhaps a chain, maybe own more than one. And he is looking at this new real estate development that is being developed. You know, there are these big plans. Perhaps this particular cement mixer is a unveiling ceremony of the plans for a new business park or some such, which happens to be...
Yeah, it's like hey, we're going to build a new neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so so you're there, Galen is there. Nezumi, let's roll your challenge now.
Yeah.
Because kennel clubs are still those are illegal.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a coffee shop. I own a very, very popular coffee shop.
yours is a coffee shop.
Wink.
Doesn't mean it's a bar.
Yes.
But the actual magical back rooms of them, those are illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been kind of cracking down a little bit unless you kind of are playing the game. People might know that you're connected. Ooh, it's a 5 and a 1.
So I'll take
That's pretty
5.
good. And then I roll. You take the 5, and then I roll how many d6s?
Double checking. I think it's just the 1 because there's nothing to add to it because I'm not using like a stat I have a negative in. So yeah.
All right. Let's go. And that's a 1 on my end. So that's a win on the challenge for you.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Succeed unconditionally.
So nobody, you have covered your tracks pretty deeply, and nobody knows that you're connected to Cordelia Waitsmith. Nobody has any idea that the Relatandro is anything other than a perfectly legitimate downtown business. And so let's introduce a blacktop. Somebody, whoever is here is representing the party, because that's who this information is going to be filtered through for certain.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call them. Let me reach deep into the recesses of my mind.
Me and August were using like sort of Roman Greek style names at one point, if that helps you come up with something.
Yeah. Let's say that this gentleman's name is Gaius Cortez.
Ooh, good name.
Nice name. Hell yeah.
Gaius is he's a city planner. He is a member of the Empyrean Party, quote unquote, the Black Tops. Ha ha ha. This is funny that they give us a nickname. Ha ha ha. He says, "Yes, thank you everybody for coming to this event. It is wonderful to see so many business owners turning out to get in on the ground floor of this brand new innovation. It is true, those of us uptown, the downtown area, we have had quite a bit of success and prosperity these last few years as the Empyrean Party has come to power, has brought order and law to the streets of Santalay. But perhaps in our haste to protect ourselves, we have neglected the less fortunate of us. So, in the interest of protecting and safeguarding the most vulnerable populations of our fair city, we present to you a brand new housing development and a brand new districting endeavor." And he pulls off this thing, and it is a like scale model, showcasing a section of the city, which you can recognize as would be where Haven is at the outskirts, and they're calling it, which is like a more kind of like buttoned down version of a Haven. They call it Sanctuary Hills.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Sabriel is like ready to kill. He's not here, but if he was, he'd be ready to kill.
Yes. Your donations go to paving roads, to repairing weed-infested concrete sidewalks, and of course, building new low-income housing and new business opportunities so that the less fortunate can afford to work and shop alike.
Polite applause.
Galen applauds quietly as well.
Mm-hmm. Gaius Cortez, yeah, he shows his stuff off. So that's like a basic piece of information that everyone now will know in the kind of world, and like kind of like donations here are being like. Though I guess let's have the investigation.
Yeah.
We'll see what extra information you manage to get.
Yeah.
This is the baseline. Like we all know this now.
Yeah. Let me just double check. Okay. 2 + 1 for the challenge. and I get 1. Wait, no, the bargain dice is the challenge. I'm rolling.
Are you
3.
still using rep for this?
Yes. Wait.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, it depends. How are you looking to get more out of this? Are you looking to like leverage your reputation as a savvy business owner to like get a little bit of more intel from Gaius about the plans and the source of the plans?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think Nezumi's skill set knows enough about the specifics of city planning to like look in more detail at that. It's better to like get the personable side of it. So that's 3d6 for me.
3d6 for you, okay. And then I am also rolling 3d6. Yes. Let's check that thing. There's no escalations. There's no failed challenge.
Nope.
Cool. And then there's a bargain dice. So.
Well, I don't think I am rolling 3 here. Let me double check.
Positive rep is a positive condition.
Yeah, but I don't think that. Okay.
No, you add that for investigation.
Okay.
It's 2 dice plus 1 for your positive condition, and the opposition is rolling 3 dice. If you had a negative condition, they would add 1. An escalation, they would add 1. A failed challenge, they'd add 1. None of those. So I'm rolling 3d6. You're rolling 3d6.
All right.
So I've rolled a 5, a 4, and a 4. You've rolled a 5, and a 1.
All right. And Sam, can you please roll 1d6? It's the bargain die.
I got another 6.
Ooh, very good. Okay.
This time it's good that the dice like me.
That is actually very good. You could win both of these.
I could.
If you take that bargain.
I think I will. I mean, I just want to double check with affecting the outcome because I think I swap it. I'm double checking. All right, I keep my 2 highest. I'm just This is the first time we're doing the bargaining aspect of this, or changing the outcome, like whether it works with the logistics of swapping. Because at the moment there's only 1 bargain dice, so there's a narrative consequence if I do, which is fine.
Yes, this will harm one of your conditions, or unlike in challenge rules, a purely narrative cost. Accepting a narrative bargain doesn't harm your condition if you fulfill the end of the bargain to the best of your abilities. I think you can get some more deeper information, but you're going to have to like pony up like a much greater donation, which might financially you're going to become financially embroiled in this conspiracy.
Fine. I accept this.
Your name and money is on the books.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So you can take one of these dice.
Okay. I'll leave that over there. So, here we go. And I can pick which is paired with which. So I'll put a 6 by this 5 and a 5 by one of these 4s.
So that's a hit on a 6 and a hit on a 5.
So what that means, on a 5, I can add a random lead or make a connection between any 2 leads. I think I'm going to be adding a random lead.
Sure.
Give me just a second. I'm going to pull up a card. This is probably going to be to do with up here, because this is definitely upper crust related. And on a 6, I can find an answer or add and connect a new lead, creating a lead from scratch and connecting it to any other lead. Okay. I am open to suggestions, my friends.
I have a thing that I think this might be the new lead. I think I've got a pretty firm idea about that.
Yeah, I have like a potential idea, but
So for the 6, yeah?
For the 6, yeah.
Okay, well, Sam, if you've got like a random one.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to, for the random lead, we have to draw a card.
You draw a card.
'Cause
Oh, do we still get a miss though? Because there's still a black die.
You do still get the miss. You get the miss on the 4 miss. So you're gonna damage your reputation from this.
Okay, that's where the hit to my rep came from.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm overlooked rather than trusted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing, is that you're talking about this, and guys is like, and there have been some concerns levied about the people who currently live there. But it's actually fine. You might have heard of this gang of ne'er-do-wells called the Redwoods. Well, it seems some of them have seen the light. They've decided to turn back to the straight and narrow, and we're negotiating directly with them for the sale of this land.
Fascinating.
So a new lead is that there are, you don't know exactly who or what, there are a faction of Redwoods who are in on it.
All right.
I have drawn
and
a card.
that's a lead and a connection, yeah? To clarify?
Add and connect a new lead.
Okay,
so you would take that and then maybe connect that to the documents.
Perfect. I will draw a line.
And this is the card we've drawn to create a random lead, and now I have to find that.
Tables are at like page 90 something, I think 91.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's okay. So there's 4 tables. I imagine they each represent a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
they represent.
I don't know what dramatic hits are. That must be a different thing.
It's story beats.
Yeah. But so a lead. So we've got.
The suit. The suit has to do with the. Okay.
Right, cool.
Let me double check.
The suit is to do with the district that it's in.
The district that it takes.
So
place
it is in
random lead.
This district. And it is 3. So it's either an office, it's a family heirloom, or it is an actor/performer. Which do we think is the most interesting here to be happening in Midtown?
I think a family heirloom.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
And this is Hearts, which is downtown. There's a family heirloom related to downtown.
Fascinating.
Or actually, an office downtown would also make sense.
I do like the idea of an office downtown. It could be the architectural
firm.
Hey, jinx. The architectural firm or the city planning firm, something along those lines. Whatever firm is in charge of designing this
sanctuary.
God, that fucking fills me with anger. I hate it. Oh my god. It's good. That means it's good.
It's a safe place to grow.
Fills the part of me that is Sabriel with rage. I guess I have a great idea for my next scene.
Well, who among us can stand against the future?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So I will put this here and say,
let's come up with a name for this firm. You want it to be like name and name, or like name and name.
Yeah,
like a law firm almost, but it's
You come up with it. You're good at that.
Okay, let's go.
I've got one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me just see I'm pronouncing this right. This is Hefsted and Agnes.
Hefsted and Agnes, okay.
But Agnes, not like the name, but Agnis.
Okay. Does that mean something in a language?
It's a riff on Hephaestus, who is a god of
building.
building.
Okay.
And his Hindu equivalent, which is Agni.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agni. Very cool. I was thinking about riffing off Vancroft.
Sorry, Brian.
But no, yeah.
We can use that later.
I mean,
all universes are linked.
Yeah.
All universes are linked.
All
right. Other worlds than these. Cool. You want to write that down?
Yeah,
Yep,
you want to put it on the Put it on this
I'm
sticky
doing
note
it.
here.
Sam, if you want to start establishing your scene.
All right. So, I think that given that this situation has just happened, I think we start off with Sabriel in his little hideout, learning this information for the first time, and being absolute, becoming just incandescent with rage, and deciding as soon as he finds this info out, I'm guessing perhaps, actually, this is probably a good way to establish this. Nezmi gives them a call and is like, okay, here's the situation, here's what I just found out. And his first instinct is, we have to do something about this. We have to go there and find out more and figure out what they're up to, because there's no way that the amount
I don't disagree.
There's no way that the amount of harm that they're trying to do here isn't related to what they're trying to build. We have to figure out what their end game is here, because they haven't done anything about the outskirts up until this point, and so there must be something now that has changed that they want to do with this space. I'm going down there. Meet me there. And he just hangs up the phone, gathers up his things, gathers up his weapons, and starts marching downtown.
Weapons. Oh boy.
I just want to paint the visual of Nezumi in like suspenders and a different shirt, hair up, with this pair of sunglasses on, is already waiting outside the architect, like the city planning firm, and it's just like a pair of like saddle shoes.
Oh my god.
It's just like
he's like coming here to
Did you
raise
just
hell, and
roll out
Nezumi's-
of. I'm incapable of not looking well dressed.
It's true. Nezumi's just like very calm,
I think
collected.
you and I have. Yeah, just like I think you and I have very different ideas about how this should be approached, but fair enough. I'll follow your lead.
Really interesting.
Well, you're the protagonist in this scene, you see. I'm supporting.
He storms in and he goes. He walks right up to the front desk. He's very calm and collected, but like very visibly, think like angry lawyer. Goes, as a resident of a district that is being redeveloped, I have a right to view the plans and see and discuss with the planning committee how they intend to change my neighborhood, and I am exercising that right and asking to be brought directly to whoever it is who is drawing up these plans.
This sounds like a challenge roll.
Yes, it is.
This does sound like a challenge roll. Also, you made a point to say you had weapons on you.
I sure did.
Where
Are those
what
visible?
are they and what are they? Yeah.
So I think that a lot of his weapons are things that are involved in the summoning of spirits and the utilization of them. So he's not a mage.
So,
But they are
so
charms and signets.
illegal contraband.
Yeah, charms, signets, contraband in many forms. He's wearing like 5 necklaces that look very decorative. And unless you looked very closely at them, you probably wouldn't notice that they are humming with spiritual energy. He is wearing, bangles and rings that are, again, purely for utilities purpose. They're all a little mismatched. He looks a little bit like a vagabond. But he is coming in, and so all of his weapons are, he probably also has, I would say, some like bottles and flasks that contain something of some sort. He is armed to the gills in a very inconspicuous way unless you were looking for it. I don't know if they are looking for it.
This doesn't sound inconspicuous. You say he's wearing like 5 or 6 necklaces and is carrying bottles.
It's in a bag, and they're under his shirt, and at any moment he could pull them out, but he's trying to be quote unquote low key about it in the worst possible way. He's not, dude, he's very smart, but he's also very impulsive.
Yeah, sounds like this might break bad.
Yes, it does.
wild to think that his rep is trusted. This does not seem like that.
His rep is trusted in his own community.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, in that case, we're not using rep. This, let's say keeping it cool, we're going to call this mind.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, I would agree.
What happens if it's below...
Means I roll an extra black die.
Ooh, God. Okay, cool. Oh boy, Sabriel. You fucking dipshit.
So you're going to roll 1d6. I'm rolling 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 4.
It's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I also got a 4.
Also 4s. Okay, so we've got
It's a tie, which means you fail.
Huh?
Unless... Yeah, he's right. I'm just double checking.
Yes, so sorry, yeah. If neither die is higher by 2 or more, it's a stalemate. One supporter will offer you a bargain. You accept the bargain's conditions, treat your roll as a success, and keep the white die. If you refuse, treat your roll as a failure and keep the black die.
I'm gonna take bargain, whatever it is, probably.
You don't know what the bargain is.
This is true. It's true. All right, who wants to offer me a bargain?
Jade, you can take care of that.
I'm just looking at your conditions as they currently stand. I think your mind is going to click down from conflicted to unhinged because you are that
Doesn't surprise
person
me.
that just walked into a city planning office wearing what looks like everything off a stand at a flea market, yelling about how it's your right to be there.
You know what? I can't argue with that.
Also, I think what this also is, I think having that many items on you, your tune to switch activity, definitely muddles your thoughts as well. It's really hard to keep a clear head. So
Yeah,
it's
I would agree with
impacting.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like spirit interference.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people whispering at me right now. A lot of people with opinions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or a lot of spirits
All right.
with opinions. People is,
All right.
you know. All right.
Oh, spirit.
Zach, do you want to play the fucking receptionist here?
Yeah, well, you've succeeded.
Mhm.
And so she's like, "Of course, sir. Mr. Hefstead is out at the moment, but I can direct you to one of his aides who might be able to help you."
Suppose that will suffice.
Very well. And she, can I have your name, sir, so I can tell?
Shit. I didn't think this far ahead. I'm trying to be like, is he gonna lie or is he just gonna say, my name is Sabriel?
All right. And she kind of clicks on her intercom, and she like leans into it, and she says, trying to think if I have a character. I don't have a character. She says, "Sir, there's a Mr. Sabriel out here to speak with you. He's exercising his civil rights." Yeah, I always say, "All right, send him in."
All right. My associate will also be coming with me. Tips his head.
Of course.
And, marches right in there. As is his right.
Sure.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Okay.
Permission to add a little flavor.
Yes, please
Yeah.
do.
Always.
I just think as Nezumi walks past this receptionist, she looks down at this receptionist's desk and sees like there's a cute little felt mouse just sat next to her phone, just like a little desk toy, and just like, I love that. You should keep that around. And just there's a moment there. And
Mm-hmm.
as Nezumi like looks over the top of their sunglasses at the receptionist, one of their eyes is completely black for just a moment, and then sunglasses back up.
Sure. All right. Well, let's see how your belligerent interrogation goes.
Yeah, let's roll this investigation.
Oh, boy.
I'll roll the
Okay.
bargain die.
Awesome.
to get it done.
Okay. So I roll 2 white die. Governing condition is not positive.
No. Okay.
In fact, it is very negative right now.
Which means extra black die get rolled, I believe.
Oh god. Oh boy, this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah, which okay, let me find out.
So I roll 2 white dice. Here's my 2 dice. Oh boy, okay.
Well, 5 and a 1, okay, not too
5
bad.
and a 1.
And you're rolling something you have a negative in, Sam?
Yeah.
So Zach is rolling 4.
Yeah, is this still mined? So, well,
yeah, you're
actually,
rolling 4.
What is Sam's?
Unhinged, so you would get 2 extra.
Yeah, which would take me up to 5.
Yep.
No! Oh my god. Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay.
So I roll 5d6. I only get to keep 3 of them.
Okay.
So it's a 6, a 3, and a 3.
Oh my god. Is this 4 from the last roll, or is that from this roll?
That 4 is for this roll.
Yeah, this is a bargain die. So, Sam, this is entirely up to you. What I would suggest is bargain to get that 4.
Yes.
Because then... Oh, wait, no. No, because then you'll be able to beat both the 3s. Because you can't beat the 6.
Can you do that?
Well, I think you still have to hit them. Like, you pick which dice they're paired with as the protagonist.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm seeing now on the little thing you can like shuffle the dice around. It doesn't have to.
Yeah, this is the changing the outcomes element.
Yeah. So I can't beat the 6.
No.
You can't beat the 6.
But I can beat both of the 3s?
Yes.
If you take an additional bargain.
Yeah. I'm gonna trade out the 1 for the 4. Do I have to take an additional bargain?
No.
Yes.
Or just no, because you already rolled a bargain die.
Yeah.
Because the +1 die if I succeeded in my challenge roll, which I did because I took the last bargain.
Yeah.
But that just allows you to have the bargain die. It doesn't give it to you. It gives you the option to get the bargain die.
Yeah, you don't take any narrative. I think what this is, the narrative consequence of you taking this, because you will get a hit for this, is you are gonna get banned or flagged. Like, this doesn't affect mechanically speaking.
Yeah.
But I do think you are gonna. I think downtown becomes incredibly a dangerous place for you to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I would
there is
say...
a bargain involved.
Mm?
Pardon?
Yes. This is a bargain that's involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that means we get 2 hits for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We get a 5 and a 4.
But a miss on a 6.
And
a miss on a 6.
Which is bad.
Yes.
It's less
you
than
get to escalate or destroy a lead.
Oh, it sounds like escalate is what's happening.
Yeah, I think you resolve the hits first, and then Zach gets to narrate what this escalation looks like, which is very fun.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, and also you've got to draw a card.
Yeah, I got to draw 2 cards to
So that was a hit on a 5 and a hit on a 4. So you can add random leads or connections.
Yeah, a random lead or a connection. You can
I have 2 of them now.
Yeah, you can add.
So I'm probably going to add. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can string a connection. You don't have to add a lead if you don't want to. You can string a connection between any 2 leads you already have. So you could draw 1 and make a connection.
I have an idea for a connection, but I'm a little bit about where it goes. Because I had an idea, but now I'm not sure about it. I'm just gonna let the dice decide things, or rather let the game play itself out. So I'm gonna draw a connection between the.
I don't think you draw for connections. I think you make connections with stuff that's there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm when I say draw a connection, I mean, draw a line that connects between 2 things.
Oh, my apologies.
Yes, sorry.
No, my bad.
I'm trying to decide whether I want to, add a random lead and make a connection, or just make 2 connections.
We don't have a huge amount of leads.
Yeah, we really don't, which is why...
Yeah, getting more leads on the board is a good idea. So I would personally maybe get a lead on the board, a random one.
Mhm.
It'll be in downtown.
No, it won't. It'll be wherever the suit puts it. And so I have just drawn this card, which is the Jack of Clubs, which is in Skid Row. And it is either a hideaway, a trained animal, or a private eye. Huh.
Private eye, private eye, private
I was
eye.
about to say, I think I've gotten my connection here. And I'll be able to draw a line immediately because I also have that. And I'm gonna do that.
What does that mean?
I'm connecting Cordelia with the private eye. As though perhaps... Ooh. Sorry, I fucked something up. So our lead is a private eye. This could either be a private eye that Cordelia once knew or worked with, or it could in fact be, maybe she remembered something after getting beat to shit.
She never got beat. She got shot and then hit with a car.
I mean, that's still a bad day.
She had a really bad day, and maybe it jogged some memories loose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that idea?
I have some ideas branched off of it, but I don't know how much of my ideas it should be.
Oh, we can talk it out.
Because it's your lead.
We could talk it out. I also wanted to do something about... I had an idea about the body. So maybe the lead is simply a private eye. I don't know. I'm still really confused about how this game mechanic works.
Right.
So
You've got a private... Go on.
Mm-hmm. So you've got a private eye or a trained animal or a hideaway.
Yeah.
And I did have an idea about a hideaway.
Okay. That sounds interesting. I had an idea about sort of like, not related to this particular lead, but the, is the Our Lady of Empirical Justice Orphanage, does that count as a lead? Not really, right? That's like disconnected.
No, it's a place.
That's a structure.
It's a structure, yeah. That is a well-known structure. I guess Lane Redwood and his backstory connects to, I don't know. See, this is the like, I've got an idea, but it doesn't really connect to anything on the board right now, and so I don't want to, like, just throw it in there, because that's not, like, within the rules of the game.
Well,
So,
a random
okay.
lead it's random, so it can just go on the board. The connection...
Well,
if
no,
you're
a
gonna
random
make
lead has to
connection-
be from the cards.
I see, right. Then
Yeah.
write it down and maybe use it as a connection later, if you have an idea.
Yeah, that's fair. I've already written it down,
Cool.
but, yeah. But then I still have one thing left. We could add another lead, random lead onto the board.
We could.
Just to
Yeah.
get more leads on there.
So let's before we move on to the next one, let's look at this. Let's establish this hideaway.
Yes, okay.
Whose it is, what it's about.
Yeah, and how did I find that information from whatever happens next?
From badgering this
From
guy.
badgering this poor clerk or
I
whatever.
think I know how.
You don't think you know how? Do you want to have it? Do you want to play it out?
Not necessarily, because I don't know how I would structure that scene. Probably is like you're yelling at him. You're like, I want to know all the people who are involved in this.
You know, we had a right to be asked about this before you make decisions about our homes, etc., etc.
And he says, well, I'm very sorry, sir, but we made extensive negotiations with people from out there, from folks of Haven, and
Oh, really?
now this is the thing, because this might also be a connection, because he gives you this address, this hideaway in Skid Row, the name on it, the person who's supposed to live there is Lane Redwood.
Oh. Yes, it is a connection. I'm just gonna write hideaway. Yeah, yes, absolutely. I think that's a very interesting connection to draw there. Yeah, I like it. I know it was technically my job to come up with that, but I'm not firing on all cylinders today, so I appreciate the help. Yes.
Sure.
So yeah, this person will say, like, you know, here's the address of the person we spoke to about this, you know, one of our main connections in the outskirts, but he lives in, you know, his second address is, and where we were contacting him from, is this hideaway in Skid Row.
Yeah, this little apartment.
Yeah, a little apartment on the border between Skid Row and Haven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Sabriel's not going to take that very well. He's going to be like, he would never betray us like that. But he doesn't actually believe that, and he's like, thank you for your
Is
time."
this a chain of 3 connected leads?
What are the
Yes.
3?
The hideaway, the documents, and the faction.
They have to be connected.
And also, they are. See? There's
In a straight
they're
line.
connected through Lane.
Yeah.
It's like the hideaway is connected to Lane, who's connected to the documents, who's connected to the faction of Redwoods.
Yeah.
That's the
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Yeah.
That counts.
And the connection to, you know, how he died.
Yeah, but this becomes if you have 3 connections, you can get an answer. What question are you answering with these 3? With this thing that you've done? Have you figured out the why or the who?
Right. Because this is not just a nebulous answer. This is an answer to our 3 questions.
Yeah.
Why was the victim killed? How was it pulled off? Who did it?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me, with the connections we've got the who.
Seems like
It was this faction of the Redwoods.
Is it, though? Because...
Is it, though?
Okay. Or is this why, then?
Because it also could be that Lane was one of these Redwoods working with Empyrean.
Well, either way, we decide what the answer is with the connections we've got.
It's true. That's why we're talking about it. So I actually was thinking that maybe it had something to do with, like, why was the victim killed? Also, I want to, as flavor text, say the hideaway is very close by. Actually, maybe not flavor text. As part of the, you know, the hideaway is on the same block as Our Lady of Empirical Justice Orphanage.
Sure.
So this could either answer, like, why was he killed? I mean, quite simply, it could be that he was killed because he was working with Empyrean. The faction, the rest of the Redwoods who were not part of that small faction were getting revenge. I don't know if I like that one, though.
I don't.
So what that could be could also lend itself to the reason that Cordelia was suspected is not because they think that she killed him, because they think that she was in on it.
They think that she's one of the faction of Redwoods working with Empyrean.
Yeah. Could be.
But I guess now is the time to decide, like, was he actually one of those Redwoods working with Empyrean?
His name is on the thing.
His name is on the hideaway. But I kind of want to return back to what Jade was thinking and thinking about the Redwoods who were using his hideaway to...
He's a fall guy.
To pull off this deal, and then they killed him and dumped him, you know, out the window or something. Well, if they dumped him out the window, he'd have a lot more marks on him.
Because he found out.
Yeah.
With this information. So at this point, it's like the characterization of Lane Redwood, then. That's what was he killed by members of his family for betraying them, or did the betraying faction kill him because he found out?
Mm-hmm.
That will sort of determine which of these answers it is.
Yeah, we have to make that decision. I think that in terms of,
because this is either why or who.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think in terms of, like, Sabriel's narrative payoff, I would kind of prefer it to be that he was the fall guy rather than being the one who did it, but it also might be really interesting to have Sabriel have yet another person he cares about and trusts betray him, because that's sort of already a theme with his personal narrative.
Well, another thing, we don't have to answer that yet, and we can confirm and say, the other thing is we can argue, like, okay, so we know it was other... I think it makes more sense that this is the why being...
Yeah.
This is the why.
Yeah.
That he was being used, he's the patsy.
Or he found out and was gonna go up the family line to higher ups and say, hey, this person's selling us out.
Cool. So Lane...
Which I think is given that the Redwoods we've established at the top, they're like this magically inclined collective, and whereas Empyrean are all about restricting magic. And given how we talked about him at the beginning and our relationship with him, for me it makes more sense that he found out about this, and so they killed him. Whoever killed him, or whoever was sent to do the deed, that's why. Because he found out something and was going to go tell other people.
I like that. Yeah.
Totally.
I find that more interesting, narratively speaking.
Than him having...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we got an answer. That's going to help with bargain die in future investigation roles, because we now have an answer.
Hell yeah. All right.
And Zach, it's your scene.
Cool. So is that the end of it? Okay.
Oh no, you need to talk about this escalation that's happening.
Oh, right.
Yes, we have to decide the escalation.
So actually what happens is you're going to draw a card.
Me?
Yeah, let me double check this, because I'm pretty sure you're going to draw a card. Look at the district that shares its suit. If it has any undestroyed leads, destroy any one of those. If it has no undestroyed leads, escalate the district.
Guys, I hate to break it to you. Technically, we shouldn't have answered that question yet. You need a 6 on a hit when doing an investigation roll to answer the question.
Oh,
Didn't have.
well,
Whoops.
But we've done it now, and it's
Done it
already
now.
like
Fine.
25 to 10. So
yeah.
Yeah, we're running.
I think let's set this thing, and then we can call it.
Yes.
And this will be part 1, and then we'll have a part 2, which I think is
Right.
good, because
Okay.
Sam has stated a number of times that he's not feeling.
Yeah, I'm really not. I'm not running on all cylinders today, and so I
no,
appreciate.
wait,
that
let's
we'll put
let's
into
paint
2
this
parts.
picture.
All right.
So we
Yes,
need to
let's
draw a
do it.
card to determine what district.
All right, I will do so.
This happens
I
in.
got the card.
Oh, you got it. All right, cool. Let's see what happens.
Hearts.
Hearts downtown.
We have
Oh,
one
boy.
lead there, which is Hefsted and Agnes.
I can't use this
How
anymore.
thoroughly can we destroy
What
this?
does it mean to destroy a lead? Yeah.
It means you can't use it anymore, and then you can't connect to it.
Cool. So you, Sabriel, are being pretty aggressive, and we see outside the receptionist, who does have that moment with Nezumi, hears you like yelling at this guy. She's a little concerned, a little worried. She picks up the phone. She says, dials 911 and says, there's a belligerent man causing trouble at the place I work. I'm worried that he might be violent. And sirens. You hear sirens. You managed to get away in time. You haven't lost any more conditions. But you know they'll be keeping an eye on that place for you to return.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Indeed.
All right. So before we sign up, let's paint a picture of where these 3 investigators, these characters, are at right now as the sirens blare in downtown.
I mean, I think Sabriel's still inside.
We just said he got, unless I thought he was getting away.
Oh, we just said he managed to get away. Sorry. Oh my god. This is why it's a good idea to.
Yeah. So you might not want to try to run away, but you've got Nesby with you, and Nesby's like much too smart to like let the two of you stand there and wait for the cops to show up.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, like it's a Nezumi, probably you like grab Sabriel and spear him away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is my neck of the woods. I know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'm taking your lead and just fucking jogging after you. On my way out, I toss a couple of bottles on the floor as a distraction, releasing a couple of spirits, which are not violent, but they are distracting.
Oh, okay, so perfect. The thing to do as you leave is vindicate them.
It's fine. They're not violent, is the main point here, is that these spirits are wailing inconsolably about the things that have happened to them, about the horrors of their lives. These are spirits of those who have been taken down by Empyrean, and they are restless and uneasy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, buddy, I'll tell you, them being violent, 100% doesn't matter in terms of you vindicating their concerns.
Yeah. All right.
I know.
So we've got out there. Let's paint these visuals that we close this section on of the story.
Mm-hmm.
What does the camera see with Cordelia?
There's you see a radio talking about the near standoff that happened downtown outside of the offices of Hefstead and Agnes. That there was a strange, potentially violent, certainly dangerous individual who attempted to bully the fine people of this city into stagnation rather than embrace the future. She clicks it off with like a kind of growl, winces as she kind of shuffles to the side, as we can see that she has inexpert stitches going up and down her side and her arm from where she treated her own bullet wounds. She takes a slug of whiskey and looks at the investigation board she has begun to build in her apartment.
You want to go next, Sam, or shall I?
Sure. We probably see Sabriel back in his home, pulling off his jewelry, hanging it with care, basically caring for the spirits under his, not control, because he doesn't control them. He tends to them, he cares for them. They're people to him. And he's, we see him in his little shantytown hideout, tending to these objects that are filled with spirit and almost comforting them as he's trying to figure out what he's doing next. And he's trying to write a letter to Galador to be like, I'm making bad decisions without you, dude. Please come back. And that's not going to reach him in time. This whole time he's been very disconnected from his sort of mental rock, his anchor point, and he's starting to realize that maybe that's not such a good idea. So it sort of ends with this sort of the sun beginning to set and plunging his room into darkness as he is both whispering to his little objects and writing a letter in the dark.
And the camera leaves Sabriel in his room, moves out through Haven, back to downtown as sirens no longer blare, but there's still the flash of red and blue lights bouncing off the many glass windows of this section of the town. And there are members of the Protectorate out just reassuring people that there's a search on for the man who terrorized the city planning office, that the Empyrean body has the people's best interest at heart. They will keep you safe. Please don't panic. And the camera pushes past that, down the stairs into Tralatando, into an office where there's just a single lamp on, like a desk lamp, and Nezumi is sat, just has a knife out, just like on the table, just like twisting it back and forth. And the camera moves behind him and we see on the wall, almost like it's been plastered, there's just like massive amounts of paper, and all the ink looks like it's been pulled out of these various documents to form a map of some kind, or maybe it's a building. It's hard to make out what it is, but it's clearly something, a sign. And Nezumi looks at it, looks into the darkness behind them as if they're expecting somebody to be there, and turns back to the desk in front of them, picks up the phone, and makes a call. And that's where the camera leaves them.
All right.
Thus concludes part 1 of Norlandia and the murder investigation of Elaine Redwood. To be continued.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/standingstonesprod. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!